Welcome back, guys, to another episode. We got Davey back again. A lot of people love Davey, and a lot of people hate Davey. So I think we're going to see a lot more
It's
of Davey.
It's always a love-hate situation.
Why do you think that is?
Hard to say. I don't. Maybe because I've just never been afraid to say a lot of the shit that I say. I talk a lot of shit.
Yeah, you don't have very much.
But it's not serious.
bridle.
It's not serious. I'm not talking shit to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm not talking shit to make somebody feel a certain way about themselves. Like it's just out of, I guess you could just say entertainment. But it's not like entertainment to make them feel down about themselves, or it's just shit talking. I work in construction.
I have this problem. I think it's a serious problem because I take things serious. I really do, almost too serious. But anything that happens, it doesn't matter how tragic it is. My first go-to is to make a joke about it, and it's just I think the way that I deal with my bad. I don't want to hurt. I'd rather make myself deal with. I don't know what that is, but like a
You're
joke.
trying to turn a negative into a positive,
Oh, there you go.
basically.
I guess so.
In other words,
I don't feel that way. I don't.
well, and it to some it would look that way, and to some it may not look that way. But
Like when my aunt died, my first thing is like, nice, another family reunion. You know what I mean? Because that's the only time I see them. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. It luckily for me, I don't come from a big family, so I don't have to really worry about shit like that. Like there's really nobody. I mean, I got a couple uncles on my dad's side, and my aunt that's married to my uncle Dan, and um, I have another uncle on my dad's side, but I don't really. There's not a whole lot of contact with them, you know. Um, and there's reasons why, but we won't get into that.
Well, you were talking about how you're not afraid of talking shit or whatever, but what I'm curious about is did that were you just like that as a kid? I mean, or was that
I've always,
was
yeah,
that from the
that
family? Did that come
no,
from the family, or is that just a Davy thing?
I'm more like, well, my dad and my uncles, they could all talk shit too. I guess you could say it runs in the family amongst many other bad habits that I have, you know. Um, but as I've gotten older, the shit talking has kind of died down a little bit. Like at work, I used to talk shit a lot at work, and like this last year, I found myself like a lot of the days, a lot of the guys at work would talk shit, and I would talk shit too. But then there was just days that I just didn't want to hear it. You know what I mean? It was just shut the fuck up. Like there's days for it, and then there's just days that I just ain't for it. You know what I mean? And say the wrong thing, and I just might punch you in your mouth. You know, and I've never been like that.
I think that
But
is a getting older thing too.
but yeah, as you get older, as I've gotten older, I just less and less time for
I still like doing
bullshit.
it though with like my friends.
Well, of course, we're always going to like to do it with our close friends
But it's
because
like
it's.
almost like with other people, that's like they
But
take it too
well,
far.
yeah, with outsiders or people that you haven't worked with that long, like a lot of these guys, I barely worked with them for 2 years, and yeah, I spent a lot of time with them, but it wasn't because I wanted to, so shit talking was basically all that was really ever said. There wasn't really no time, no want to really try to get to know the guys.
Yeah, it
It
was just
was
something that came out naturally, almost.
yeah, and then even though I was out of town and stuck with these guys all week, like as soon as we got back to the hotel after work, I go straight to my room. Like I got my own room. I go straight to my room when I disappear. They'd be like, "Oh, you want to go out to?" And I'm like, "Nope." They're like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "I'm good. I just worked 12 hours with you guys. I'm not going to spend the rest of my remaining hours that I'm off with you guys. Like, I'm good. I'll go back to my room, take my shower, DoorDash my food, take my dabs, and I'll go to bed." And that's what I would do. Like, I'm not trying to hang out with you guys after we get off work. I'm sorry. I have to be with you guys all day long. I spent more time with them than I did with my wife this last year. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm good. But now I got lots of time. Until I find another job.
I'm so jealous.
No, don't be.
Dude, if what I would have done within a year if I
Well,
had the
I
chance to do
understand
it.
that. I just I'd much rather be
I
working.
go to work, I come home, and I literally don't sit down. I've been on my feet for 15 hours already. I go straight back to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I work until not 15 hours. I'm there. Well, yeah, I'm there from. I'm 12 hours. I'm there from like a solid 12 hours, and then I come home. It's not at work. It's just away from home. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
of course.
But at least 10 hours on my feet. Um, but then like I come home and I go right back to work. You know what I mean? And then whenever it gets dark, well, I'm like work on the off road truck or whatever. But then when it gets
Yeah.
dark, it's like I come in here and I make merch or I
Edit
post. Yeah, I
videos.
just keep going and going and going. And if I wasn't there those 10 hours or 12 hours a day, you know what I mean? Even if it was just cut in half, dude,
Yeah.
I could just get so much more done.
Oh, I feel you.
But you just said we this connects us right to our first thing that we were bringing up, which was drive. And because like I'm like, you have a solid year of not having to, you have just time. You have fucking time. And I said, why don't you work on something? Why don't you start your own podcast? Why
Yeah,
don't you start a show?
the whole drive thing. Um, I've lost a lot of drive for a lot of shit, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's chemically imbalanced, but within my brain and what we talked about on the last segment that we did. Um, but I used to love to ride dirt bikes. Loved to ride dirt bikes my whole life. Rode dirt bikes since I was 3 years old. I don't care to ride now. I just don't. Love to go to the lake. Love to go wakeboarding. Love to floated the river every year, every summer since I was like 14 years old. Faithfully every summer, float that river. And the last like it's probably been since like the pandemic.
Yeah, I think that killed a lot.
Um, I mean, there for a minute, I went back to riding pit bikes for a minute, riding the 110s. Um, but that kind of faded away real fast.
You think it has anything to do with the weed?
No,
No, because like
no.
mostly that's just enhance. It just makes it funner.
Well, that to me, yeah, I'm not motivated if I don't have.
Yeah. So that's why I'm asking about your drive. So You think it had something to do with the tests thing? The test thing?
No, because well, yes and no. Yes, because I feel like my levels on the testosterone have been real low for a real long time because I've also they say that THC basically depletes. Yeah.
I on this drive thing, I don't I don't know if it's that I would call it drive that I have, because like it's not that I'm sitting here and I'm like I got to do this and this and this. I it's almost like I just feel like these things need to be done, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
And
that's
I don't I have to do it. I don't trust anybody else to do it. Like I just
well, that that it, that's kind of why I said
be working.
I'd rather be working
Mm.
because I'm not a lazy person. I'll I have no problem working.
Shit, I'll put your ass to work.
I have no problem doing shit. But if it's not a need thing, a need to do thing, then I'm not really gonna put forth any motivation to want to do it.
Why don't you use some of this time and learn how to weld? Get good at welding. I'm like, everybody knows what I do.
Oh, I know.
Well, I'll have you lined out, bro.
I've thought about it.
And then you'll never not have a job. You'll never not have a job because everybody needs a welder all the time.
Oh, I know.
We almost need a second welder where I'm at because, like, I mean, it's just that's how it is.
You're one guy.
So, I mean, something.
Oh yeah,
it's
no.
easy work, bro.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
You're just gluing metal together.
The whole thing with the welding has always been the mathematical part of it.
You don't have to do that. You don't. And it's so easy.
Yeah.
It's so easy. It's like it's just like skateboarding, bro. A 360 is a 360. If somebody tells you to set something at a 70-degree angle, you look at the thing, you set it on there, and it says 70. That's it.
Yeah, no shit.
There ain't no math to it. The plans are a cake, dude.
Yeah.
It's like freaking these kids who draw plans. They come out of like high school learning CAD, which is an amazing thing to do. It's an amazing thing to do because I learned CAD, but the thing is I got into fabrication and knew how to engineer. So I know how to write plans now.
Yeah.
These kids will say, hey, I need some company will be like, hey, I need to make fenders for this. I want them coming out 3 inches and this and that. They'll design it, whatever, but then not realize like the bolts don't line up. There's an inner fender. There's all these other things
because they're not. That goes back.
The experience isn't there.
That is a big problem in a lot of areas because we deal with that shit out in the field in the oil fields. We deal with that shit in construction because you get these engineers that they never worked a day in their life out in the field.
Yeah.
Okay, so they've never seen the hiccups that we deal with.
They'll tell you weld this corner, but the nozzle don't fit.
Yeah,
it's not possible.
And it's like you think just because you went to school and you read this shit out of a book that all of a sudden that you know what's going on out here in the field. I feel like every engineer, for whatever field it is that they're trying to be an engineer
should work in it.
They should have so many years of experience out in the field before they can even go and start drawing plans and designing stuff for shit out in the field and for shit to be done.
They would know most of it. They would already know most of it when they went into school. It'd already be done.
Things would go a whole lot smoother if things could be done that way. But unfortunately, they haven't made it that way. That's still kind of that's like I said, all you have to do is just go to school and pass the class and get your degree, and all of a sudden you're an
And
engineer.
they make twice as much money as the people
Uh
out
huh.
there actually
And
doing it
and and they're costing the companies twice as much money because of their fuck ups for not having the
every time.
experience of not being out in the field and knowing the common problems that the field guys run into on a daily basis with certain shit.
It's
Like,
crazy because there's sometimes where I'll notice the problem. I'll see it and I'll be like, okay, well, and I'll go and I mean, in my own personal, and then they're just follow the plans,
mhm.
and I'm like, the plans are wrong, and they're like, that's how they sent them, that's how they want it, that's not our
we
decision to
we
make.
we would deal with that on a
And I'm like,
all the
dude, like
time.
it's like almost being forced to do the wrong thing. Just
Hmm.
be, you know what I mean? And I'm like, man, like this, but it's work. It's gonna bring us more work, and I get it. But it's like that. You're right. These people need to at least look into it. Watch some YouTube videos.
There's been a few times that we've had to have surveyors come back out because the surveyors went off of the completely wrong plans. Like, what are you guys doing?
Following orders, following
Like,
orders,
it
bro.
it's
That's why I be
crazy.
out there blowing freaking lesbians apart.
Like, it just, the amount of laziness that goes on in other departments of work, all different kinds of work, and the stuff that people get away with nowadays is crazy. Like, I see so many people and hear about so many people telling their boss, "No, I won't do that. No, I don't want to do that." And I'm like, looking at these people, and their bosses aren't even doing any that they're just taking it. And I'm like, for instance, one of the jobs I was just on. We're not going to talk about which job it is.
Yeah, that's. I was just gonna say,
Okay.
don't say no company.
No, we're not doing any of that. Okay. But there is a big issue. Like, they went and bought, okay, for instance, they went and bought this asphalt machine, okay, that lays asphalt. Big at like multi-million-dollar machine. Okay. The first day they got it to the yard and they got it dropped off there, one of their truck drivers took one look at it and said, "Oh no, that's unsafe. I'm not hauling that." So that $1 million asphalt machine has sat in the yard for like 3 years now and hasn't been used one time because their truck driver doesn't think it's safe to haul it. Well, how do you think it got there? It didn't just grow wings and drink some Red Bull and fly there. They didn't take it apart and put it all together there. Like,
Shout out Red Bull. Gives you wings.
And it just, and I see that I see this kind of shit going on, and they can't do the higher ups can't do anything about it. They can't fire them because then they're gonna have a lawsuit. And it it's any job that I've ever worked at, if I told any of the foremans or any of the supervisors, no, I don't want to do that. How long do you think I'd have had a job after that?
Yeah, no, I well, not only that, but back when I was like learning how to like work, they'd clock out and they'd whoop your ass. Like it wasn't that was a common thing. Like you would fight after work because of work discrepancies. I'll be waiting by your car.
Yeah, like, and now, no, I don't want to do that. And I'm looking at these people, and I'm looking at the supervisors, and
I'll tell you what,
like,
man.
just going to like fast food places, or like going to like a store, like a clothing store or something, or just a store in general.
It's
and you
just they
ask
don't
them,
care. It's like
you
the
ask them to
parenting. I
do
don't-
something, or you ask about something, or you ask if they have something, and they're just like, no, they don't like, and you know damn well they have it, but they're just lazy and they don't want to do it. And it's just like, how do you have a job?
Because of their parents.
I,
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like there was like this. I noticed it. There's like my mom's generation. It was like the one before that.
Mhm.
That was the end of the golden age. You know what I mean? That was the end of the
Yeah.
American dream.
Yeah.
Because then when the meth and the drugs started moving in, those kids, the meth parent kids, we were raised by kids. You know what I mean?
Basically.
And then we wanted to get out of that, and so we tried to raise our kids better. But then they started having kids but they have the iPads and everything, and
These
they
fucking kids got everything.
everything.
Life is like,
dude, all I wanted when I was
this
a bike
chat
when I was a
GPT.
kid. Yeah, dude. And so now, why bother with a human when they don't need anything from any human?
They
They don't need anything.
All they have to do is get on chat GPT now, and it'll do the kids' homework for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like
More
straight
than
up.
the homework, it'll clean their room now. Here pretty soon.
Basically, I mean, but yeah, it's kids these days don't even. It goes back to, like I said, the shit that we're born into. Okay, we weren't born in a third world country, so we don't suffer the third world country's problems. You know what I
We
mean?
ain't
So
running
like,
from lions.
so yeah, like I said, so we don't look at our problems as our small problems seem like big problems to us when they've got way huger issues than we do. We're sitting here and we have a roof over our head. We've got
We're not being bombed.
we've
We
got,
ain't got cartels.
yeah,
we
we
ain't getting,
got food in our gut. We got clothes on our back. I live in a 2,000 square foot home. I mean, I'm not exactly living in a shack. I'm doing okay. I'm doing better than a lot of other people in the world right now. So really, my life's not that bad. But I also make sure that I get up and I when I do have a job, I make sure that I get up and I go to work every day. I have to have a job. I have to make money. I can never be comfortable being homeless.
So I have a big problem with this because first off, what I do, I don't call a job. When people call me a welder, I get upset. I think of myself as an artist. I think of every weld matters, and that's what I feel has got me to where I'm at.
Well, especially in your field and what you're doing.
Well, and so like whenever I'm allergic to cheese, I cannot have dairy.
Yeah.
I get sick bad for weeks. When I go and I order $1 burrito and I say, "Can you just not do this? Can you just okay?" I'm messed up. I'm hurt. I'm screwed up if I eat that.
Oh yeah.
If I miss a weld on a tube, that kid who just paid me for a race car, he's probably going to die.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like your job does matter no matter what it is. But I just don't understand why there's like this are they just mad at themselves so they take it out on everybody else?
Well,
you don't have to be at fast food. You can go somewhere else.
We'll see the whole thing with the
and
fast
let that
food.
hold on. Let me that being said. If you hear this and you're like, "Oh, I listen to or I can't. I want to be a well. I want to go." Go. There's companies everywhere that will take in some kid who doesn't know how to weld and teach them just so they teach him good habits because you'll get bad habits. Like it's not that hard to like change your life. You just got to go do it.
Most definitely.
I'm getting all fired up.
Like I said, for me, I don't have any excuses for it. I have no drive. Why I have no drive, I don't know. It's not an excuse. I have no motivation. Motivation, some people say there's no such thing as motivation and there's no such thing as having drive and this and that. It's just a matter of getting up and doing shit and not being fucking lazy. Well, some days I just don't want to fucking do nothing.
Well, see, this will go back to what we were talking about earlier. I s- it's I didn't have money for a truck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I wanted to skate in the dirt. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? That's pretty much what I wanted to do. I wanted to skateboard in the dirt, and I just knew that if nobody else is gonna do it for me,
Well, of course.
so I had to learn how to weld and to learn how to do that. You know what I mean? And because I wanted, so it was like I said, like it wasn't like I was like, oh, I need to do this, this, and this. It was like that's my goal. How do I get there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I didn't even know that that was my goal at the time. I just knew that I had to move in a direction to find it.
Yeah, I think that's been one of my biggest downfalls too. Is I've never really been one to set any goals. I've never been a goal oriented kind of person. Like I've always, like I said in the last segment, now I'm back to living to the way I kind of lived most of my younger years. Like as far as once I got into being a teenager and into my, some of my early 20s, um I lived life for the day. I didn't live life thinking about the future, cuz I didn't care,
Why
and
didn't you care? It was just not on your mind. You just
no, it just it I feel like when you're younger, you don't think about shit like that. You're some I- well, I can't say not everybody because not everybody grows up in the same kind of household. Everybody grows up different. Not one person grows up the same exact way.
it's almost like you don't want to have a future living in this type of way, and so it's like I mean, for me that like I didn't want to live where I lived when I was a kid at all,
Yeah.
and so like I didn't have any idea of what other things could be other than like my friends' lives, but I'm not around them all the time. I don't know
Yeah.
what the hell how to get
Well,
there.
well,
So
when
how do I change my lifestyle if you don't have any example of that's how that's supposed to be?
yeah, no, and I totally understand what you're saying with that. It's just like if a kid grows up in a home where he's never taught simple morals or values or the simple things of life of what's right and what's wrong, he's not gonna know, and in the public's eye, that's still not an excuse because they still think some people still think that a lot of people should still know. But how is a person really supposed to know if they were kind of secluded at the same time? You know what I mean? Like they weren't really let out a whole lot to really see any different. Because there are people that have grown up like that. Like they're I a lot of sheltered kids out there. You know what I mean? Like straight to school and then straight home. Couldn't go outside and play with any neighborhood kids. Couldn't, and some of them didn't even get to go to school. They were homeschooled. So there really was no contact with really any other people from the outside world. So that's there's just so many different scenarios to life that it's crazy.
It is crazy, and I think that that might be a problem for most people. Is just like not simply seeing into what the possibilities could be.
Well, and like I said, and that goes back to, you know, for the people that grew up with a bad, like, that had a bad upcoming that,
And I wouldn't even say that. I loved my life.
well, and
It
that's
was
not so much
it just wasn't
bad,
the right.
but
It wasn't healthy.
it wasn't the fucking Partridge Family.
Yeah, it wasn't the American dream, I guess is what you would say.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a TV show that we watched on.
Yeah,
Whether
Brady Bunch.
the Brady Bunch, Family Matters.
More
what?
like Family Guy.
Yeah. There's a few other shows I could use examples for. I just can't remember the names of them right now. But
More like the Bill Cosby family.
yeah, yeah,
What was his show? I don't even remember.
the Cosbys.
The
Yeah, it was the Cosbys.
Cosby Show, something like that.
Yeah,
That guy, he's still alive, huh?
I
think he's doing comedy, like stand up again.
I don't know. I haven't heard a word about him.
That's crazy.
You don't hear a word about anybody other than the government and what's going on in this dumbass shit. But I ain't getting started on that either.
Dude,
I
it's
don't wanna talk about
well,
that either.
I'm so pissed off. Like I said this off air. Like, what's the point of having a damn job if I can't afford to get there?
Yeah, this whole gasoline thing is, and we're like the number one oil producer in the United States, and we're paying $6 a gallon for fuel. What the what? Why are we paying $6 a gallon for fuel? And other states are still. Texas, you know how much fuel is in Texas? My little brother in Amarillo, $2.79 a gallon. I'm like, I don't even like you.
Newsom's a freaking thief.
Evil trust thief. Me, I know.
We have the naval reserves here, and I don't know if that has anything to do with it. But I think that I'm going to be honest. I think they just screw us every chance they get.
Well, of course,
we're the
little guys.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all we are.
That's why we're doing it. We're just
the little guys that fill their pockets is all. You know what I mean? Without fuel, we can't work. We can't do jobs. I mean,
I'm honestly like sitting here. I'm like, well, I have to like choose between having internet, which means that's no more podcast, or figuring out. I mean, I already don't eat well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm either I don't know. Do I get a roommate now? Then I'm like worried about my girlfriend being here. You know what I mean? It's like it's just so many different. What do? I have to start selling my stuff or find another job or
selling your culo.
My what?
Your culo.
I don't know what that means. My butt?
Yeah.
Is that what that means? If it paid. I don't know.
Well, it's like they say, $20 is $20.
$20 is $10.
That was like
now
20.
Yeah, $20 used to be $20.
That was like 5 years ago.
$20 is like $10
6 years
now.
It ain't even that. It's crazy.
I wonder. Let's look that up. Whoa. Freaking ChatGPT putting gay stuff on my stuff. How much is $20?
No, D0 or O. No, 1, 2 L's.
Man,
A.
Give me a second.
What is wrong with you?
I'm trying to type real fast.
Yeah.
How much is $20 actually? Nope, that's wrong. Okay. So we're down to 1847.
After inflation.
2019 today, $20 today equals $16.
I feel like it should be even fucking less than that. I feel like the new $1 bill is a $100 bill.
A $20 gets you a fast food meal, 4 to 5 gallons of gas.
No, it don't.
No. Cheap T-shirt.
No, it don't.
No. Basic tool, screwdriver maybe. Dude, I went and looked at a 10-foot piece of molding at Floyd's because something happened in the bathroom. I don't even know what the hell happened. There's just a hole in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'll go fix that today. And I get over there, it's $38.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's no freaking way.
Mm-hmm.
10 feet of wood, dude? And then, so...
A sheet of plywood's like almost $40.
Look, raw truth. In today's economy, $20 is
Uh-huh.
basically the new $10 bill. It still helps, but doesn't stretch very far.
No.
If you
Fuck
want, I can show you
no.
something crazy about $20 bills that most people don't know. Change how you think. Do it. And so that's the thing is I filled up, or I didn't fill up. I usually put about a 60 in so I can pay my insurance and everything.
It costs to print a $20 bill is 14 to 16 cents. Value after printing $20. This means the government creates about $19.84 in value instantly when a bill is printed. This is called
Signerage.
Most money isn't even real cash. Well, duh. So when you see a 20 in your bank account, it isn't physical money.
Only
it's
8 to 10%
basically a ledger.
8 to 10% of the money actually exists as paper bills.
Wild. The rest is just numbers in banking computers. What the fuck? That's crazy.
The real value of $20 is trust. Money only works because everyone agrees it works. $20 bill, the $20 bill is technically just cotton, linen, ink.
Read that again up there at the top.
What?
Money only works because everyone agrees it works. So what if we all agreed one day that just money didn't fucking work no more?
Oh, well, I've been doing this for a long time. Like I
that's
said,
where the gold's
I didn't
gonna
have
come back
money to
into
get my
play.
truck. So what I do, I built a Bronco. What I do with that Bronco, I traded that Bronco for a beast.
Do you think we're gonna go back into? I mean, because at one time,
I know what's gonna happen. Are we
gonna go back to a barter state?
No, I think we should. I don't think that that's gonna happen. Most of us probably will. Because people like me, I'm not going to take the mark of the beast. I'm not going to take the microchip. I'm not doing this digital ID because what's going to happen is AI is going to take over, right? All these jobs are going to go. Lawyers are gone. Freaking cops are gone. Construction workers gone. All these people are gone because we got robots to do it now. And if this is a thing. So you have to come up with a universal basic income, right? That means everybody gets their part, their welfare. Okay, but you have to jump through these hoops to do that, which means is you're going to have to get this digital ID with your own digital bank account, and all that stuff is going to be like, that's the only way you're going to be given it. You know what I mean? You don't have to wear those. That's just if you can hear yourself, it's fine. But then so what I honestly think is going to happen is that's where. I don't know. I don't know if it's the mark of the beast or not, but I know that I don't want nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so people like me who can build and work, I mean, hopefully I can link up with a friend or somebody who owns a company and be like, here, I got you. You do it. You know what I mean?
Well, I feel like if the American dollar continues to devalue like it does, eventually I feel like we will go back to a barter state. I feel like that's where the people that have skills and people that have talents in certain areas and I feel like we're going to really be the ones to eventually, be the ones to survive through this kind of bullshit because
well, no, not only because a lot of people have made a lot of money real fast, and that money's still somehow going to be important to somebody other than people like us. It's like if I have to do that, that money isn't important to me anymore.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten along without it this far anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know I'm never going to have a yacht, okay, but I can build me a dope-ass little boat if I want to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When those banks come back for all that their money that they owe, you know what I mean? Or you're owed, like if they want to take if you can't work no more and they want to take your boat back, you can't build yourself a boat no more. Now you're going to have to pay somebody something like me.
Yeah.
Without money, what are you going to do for me though?
That's why I say I almost feel like it's going to go back to a barter state because, if you don't have the money, if there's no money to be, which I'm sure there'll be something, you know what I mean? Whether it goes back to being gold and silver or some kind of, precious metal, that's all you're really gonna have.
I think metal's important either way because like if somebody gets a hold and controls the metal, like how do you get that even if you are a builder? You know what I mean? You're gonna have to have some way to barter back with them to
Well, most
get those.
definitely, it's you're gonna have to be able to do your
The barter
job.
system's scary, dude.
It is, and it can be,
Because then you have
because
to link out with those people. You have to seek those people out.
is it something that's already monopolized? And is there just only one person that's basically got the link on it? Like, because that's ultimately what a lot of people try to do. If you've got big money, that's most people that are greedy, got big greed, got big money. That's their ultimate goal. Like especially if they're a corporation, you know what I mean? Which there's a lot of laws and stipulations now and nowadays in a lot of states and different cities and counties and things like that try to keep people from doing that. But there still are very few companies and a very few things out there to where there's not very many of them. You know what I mean? So they can basically name their price, whatever it is they want, and either you learn how to do what they do at the craftsmanship that they do it at, or you're gonna have to pay their price.
You're just gonna have to push them off, dude. Get out of here, bro. Just push them off the table.
Down, dickhead. So yeah, and I feel like if you don't know how to do something, if it comes to those times, which I doubt we probably ain't gonna see those times. That's probably way.
I don't think so, dude.
I don't know.
I think this war is gonna. I think it's gonna be a lot worse than we think it is. Like we pissed them off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is the thing. That's not even what I'm worried about. If it just drags out, it's just gonna. All the oil goes through there. If it just drags out, we're just not going to be able to do what we're doing right now. We're already in a hurting position.
No, it's not us as in it's not we as in a fucking nation. This is our government. This is
I agree.
Shit that
100%.
we're fucking doing.
That's exactly what I'm saying. We don't want this. I get that. But that's not what I'm saying. It's going to mess with our lives. It ain't going to mess with their lives. They're going to be just fine.
Well, yeah, no, totally, and it'll continue to be that way with them and everything else in life.
And if this war doesn't blow us apart, when that AI stuff does start happening, it's just going to keep getting worse, and that's supposed to happen in the next 2 years.
Well, buckle up.
No, so we were sitting here kind of goofing around about that Gypsy Crusader dude.
Oh, that dude is wild. He
gnarly fight, dude. That was crazy. Like that was he stood up for what he believed in.
Yeah, well, if you're gonna be out on the internet recklessly, running your mouth the way that dude does, I mean, I really there's a lot of people out there that their hands don't have the same energy that their mouth does. And a lot of people do hide behind the computer screen and they like to talk a lot of shit because they're protected behind the computer screen, but you're only protected for so long.
I wonder if somebody told him like, "Hey, bro, like you need to."
Oh, I'm sure there's been lots of people to tell him that he needed to calm himself and the way he talks to people.
I'm saying like somebody needs to tell him like, "Hey, you need to learn how to protect yourself." Or I wonder if he was just like always.
Well, I mean, that's just a given, bro. If you're really gonna stand for something like that,
yeah,
and you're gonna be about something like that, you better be ready to have hands that are about that also.
I'm just saying. I don't want to get into that racism thing, but what I'm getting at is it seems like he's got logic in what he's saying, but he's doing it in the wrong, almost like the wrong, like a
Well,
hateful way.
it is more. I see it as more or less in a hateful way. Also, y- everybody has their own beliefs on things and their own opinions on the way they think things should be. Um, a lot of us, a lot of us are guilty for judging a book by the cover. A lot of us don't take the time to want to get to know somebody anymore.
Yeah.
It everybody it's turned. We're always on the outside looking in, basically, and as far as to everybody else's lives, not to our own, but more or less to everybody else's. So
It's
none of
funny you
us.
brought up relationships because when I was like, I had to have been like 11 years old, 8 or 10, 11 years old.
Mhm.
Back when me and Derek were first starting to hang out and get all crazy, riding his little mini bike around town and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe a little older. I was maybe a little older, but maybe 12, maybe at the most. But we lived right there on Hughes,
Uh-huh.
and there was that alley right there, and Ron's bike shop was there,
Uh-huh.
and then
Spent many days in that
oh, dude,
place.
hang out with Jarek and Colby, bro.
Uh-huh.
Uh, he he's not here anymore, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah. So rest in peace, Colby. I don't even remember his last name. Colby.
I don't either.
Colby and Jerica. Dang, they were good people. Um, bike shop in Oildale.
It was
Take
there
me
for
back,
years.
dude.
It was there for years.
Take me back.
It was-
Anyways,
It was next door.
so when Ramos moved in, right? Ramos
Yeah.
Tires. So that was when I met that dude.
Okay,
Because
well, Ramos Tires is at now. That's originally where Ron's
Yes.
originally
Yeah.
was.
yeah, I know they
And
they
then
owned that
they
whole
moved-
section.
and then they moved.
And then they
into the-
walled it off.
Yeah, they walled it off, and they moved into the building next door.
So I was always at the bike shop and always at Ramos. Me and my
Uh-huh.
brother, we'd be riding bikes, whatever. And so if our tire popped, Ramos was there
Yeah.
hooking it up. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And so this is what I'm saying. Ramos don't speak a lick of English.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we almost have a language because ever since then, I've been going back to Ramos. I will for everything.
I've went to him many times. I got another homie that owns a tire shop now, so I
I get it, but I
Yeah.
just want to bring that like there I couldn't walk into a Les Schwab
no.
with my bike and then be like, "Oh, I got you."
No.
I couldn't walk into a big brand. But
No,
Ramos,
it's always
Ramos
gonna
won't
it's-
even know how to communicate to you, but he'll be like, "Yeah, you want a beer too?"
Well, he's about business. He's whether he knows how to speak English or not, he knows that he's got a business that he's running.
I'm just saying that relationship with me carried far, and I think that you're right about that. That we don't create these relationships; we create these sales orders or these like these simple interactions where it's convenient. But the truth about it, that conveniency is hurting you in the long run because you're not only not making a friend,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, or a contact or somebody. What if you're in a bad position? He has the ability to help you, but who are you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and that go and like I said, for a long time, I haven't wanted to meet any new people or try to make any new friends because I
love this stuff so much, dude.
People have gotten to be so unpredictable nowadays, and you just really don't know who you can trust anymore. Like, but I've met a couple new people, and I've got some new homies that I went ahead and decided to try to make a new homie or two, and so far the couple that I've taken the time to get to know and to kick it with and shit like that, they seem like pretty solid dudes.
Another person I'd like to put on here, Scott Tillery. That dude, he he's one of the old school freaking, like, if you needed something done with your bike, like, you can't, if you took it to, what is it,
Power Sports
yeah,
or Fred Cummings
they didn't
Honda
give a
or
crap about you, but you took it to
no.
Scott and he'd be like, I got you, dude, like,
Yeah.
we'll figure it out.
Well, it's always the mom and pop shops that are going to be like that. The corporations, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like it's always going to be the mom and pops, the businesses that are always going to be ran like that because that's how shit was ran back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, before there was corporations, like mom and pops. That's where everything started. There,
I know, dude, it sucks.
no corporation just started as a corporation.
The lawnmower shop closed, and my lawnmower just broke. But now I have to go to Floyd's and pay like freaking double the price. Like,
either that or learn small engines.
It's not even the small engine; the carburetor broke, and I don't even know. I don't even think they make that mower anymore. How the hell am I gonna find that?
What kind of mower is it?
I don't even know. It's yellow. It's called like a Cub Craft or something.
Google that shit.
I don't care that much. I just want a new mower.
So then you just go get a new mower.
I'm working on it, man. Now's not the time because freaking summer's just. My grass is growing so fast, dude.
Luckily, I got a gardener. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. He said I could get a gardener, but he's going to raise my rent.
Fuck that. Tell him no. Never mind.
I did.
I'll do the yard.
I like doing the yard. I like it. I got flowers out there. They'd be out there chopping down my flowers. I'd be pissed. I'm gay as shit for flowers, dude. I sit out there for hours planting flowers on my gosh damn knees, bro. And I don't know why. I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. I like flowers. I got mint. I got I got everything out there. If one dude chopped down one of my flowers that I spent time digging a hole and burying, he's getting beat the fuck up, dude. Period.
No, I know how you are when it comes to your flowers and your fucking rose bushes. Don't play with his rose bushes or his flowers. He'll come wildflower bomb your front yard while you're at work.
Yeah, so maybe I'll just share that. I I don't even know if it's really a thing. But I ordered
Did you order some more seeds again?
No. But I'm just saying the store. I ordered bright red, like blood red morning glory seeds. And I ordered like a teal blue morning glory seeds. And I wanted to plant them and make them look like pretty much cop lights, just blue and red lights all up on the lattice, right? Well, I didn't get blue or red. I got that crazy pink purple color that I got. And I don't know if planting them in the same hole together does that. It makes so every year for what, like 8 years now, I've been harvesting these freaking morning glory seeds, and everywhere I go I just throw handfuls of them in people's yards, and everywhere I go, fast food all up and down, dude. Handful, you see them.
I know.
Look, I have some right here.
Oh
I have some right here.
This guy.
I have some right here because I'm giving them away to another guest.
That's funny shit.
Yeah, I don't know where that flower thing came from, man, but I like flowers. What is that?
I don't know.
We're so good.
Yeah, I don't know. That was weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that flower thing came from, but I like growing flowers. Let's move on.
For sure.
I'm done talking about flowers, dude.
Fruity little fuck.
So, anyways, that's why I ain't got a gardener. I'll just do the lawn.
Yeah, I don't blame you there either. It's hard enough to make it as it is here in California.
That and pool guys. Like, why do people pay pool guys? It literally takes, like, no work. Do they work? Pool guys work?
Fool, you get out there and run that net through that water trying to get all them leaves out of the bottom. And
Seems fun to me.
I mean, if you want to chase leaves around the water, I mean,
I guess that's probably why pool guys are pool guys.
My vision's getting fucked up too. So, I mean, I guess if I had glasses on, maybe.
Yeah, I bet it would hurt your shoulders after like 5 different pools.
Well, your arms would get used to it, just like anything else.
And then you probably find dead animals sometimes.
I mean, I used to run a whacker 8 hours a day, bro.
Geez.
I mean, if you can run a whacker 8 hours a day, if you got a level area that you're having to compact, and you know how to,
I still felt it when I went home. I still.
Oh yeah, well yeah, no, don't. Of course, but I'm saying for the most part, you can just make them things run. They basically run themselves.
Yeah, you push it forward.
You just guide it. You know what I mean? It's, and then you got the vibra plates.
I don't know what that is.
They're just a big old vibrating plate. Basically, it's like a big whacker, except for it doesn't jump up and down. It just vibrates. It crushes all the dirt rocks and shit in the bottom of the. You run them in the bottom of the trenches. Like whenever we would do storm drain and sewer, once you get to the very bottom, we run them before we put down peat gravel, and then like shading in between utilities and things like that, we would have to run them in after backfilling and shading, because you didn't want no dirt clods, breaking any pipe or puncturing any pipes or anything like that. So you would have to run them vibra plates after, shading in between utilities and things like that. So, and then you use the vibra plates for small asphalt jobs, little patch jobs, things like that.
You guys do like saw cutting and all that stuff too?
We did all that shit. All that shit.
Dude, those demo guys, like, whenever they come in and like bust up all that, I don't know how they do it. They're out there with no mask on, concrete just floating in the air.
Oh, I never wore a mask and I demo concrete all the time.
No way.
I put worse in my lungs growing up. Little concrete dust isn't going to hurt me. I've put far worse. I live in California. Look at our air quality here. We breathe worse every day.
Dude, I can't stand being around a chop saw. I'm like walking around.
None of that shit bothers me.
I can't.
I'm used to.
Well, it doesn't. It's not that it bothers you. I don't know. Maybe it does bother me, but it's that it's like, if you can smell it, it's getting into your lungs. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, but metal shavings, I think, are a little bit worse.
And I think
that's plants,
and
essentially. You know what I mean? Those
crystal meth is a little worse than metal.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, you always got a way to one up me, mother.
I mean, we're just being truthful here. I mean, it's basic. I think they're basically neck and neck as far as hazardous goes.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So I can't worry about the concrete. I'm gonna die anyways. I mean, it is what it is.
What do you think happens when you die? Do you ever actually think about that?
No.
No?
No. I don't know. It's I can't even say it because I don't know. I can't even put it into words. I mean, I've taken a DMT trip, and that was wild.
How'd that go?
Like
a real one, like a hardcore one. Were you with Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you probably did trick you into it, huh?
No, he didn't trick me.
Oh.
You didn't have to trick me.
He's always tricked me into stuff.
Yeah,
he's like,
here, trick me into shit.
He's always like, here, try this. It's nothing. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, what did you do to me? He's done it our whole lives, bro.
Yeah, everybody knows you don't have to trick me into doing anything. Like, I'm pretty willingly, for the most part, depending on what it is.
He wants to come on here and do it and, like, go through it and, like, do it on here and do the whole thing. And I mean, I told him let's do it. I'm kind of nervous about it because, like, I don't know. I don't know what makes me nervous, but I am. Okay, so the DMT. Let's hear about it. Where were you? You at his house over there
Yeah,
when he lived in Oildale?
it was at the little house that him and Anika were living in. Um, and me and Desiree went over there one night, and we're sitting there, and he's like, "All right, you ready?" And I'm like, "Fuck it, let's do it." So he went and he grabs it, and I had my dab rig there.
Oh, you dabbed it.
Uh
Ooh, that was a real deal, huh?
yeah. And so he's like, "All right." He's like, "Sit down on the couch right there." I'm like, "All right." So I sat down on the couch. He handed me the rig, and I heated it up. And he gives me this, like, I'd say probably about enough to cover this whole headpiece right here.
About a quarter inch.
Yeah. Okay.
Quarter-inch cube?
And it was, no, it wasn't a cube. It was just a mound. It was like a rock almost, basically. Okay. And threw this thing on the nail, bro. And as soon as I hit it and it hit me, it just, this sound of just zoom.
You heard a sound.
Yeah.
Really?
It was like almost like a whistling sound. I don't know. It was really weird. And then like everything changed, and all of a sudden there was like
What do you remember the change? What was changing?
the colors, like the whole setting of where I was at. Like I wasn't at Ryan's no more. I was like inside of a kaleidoscope, and
Whoa.
it was it was just so intense. Like I was like, I started like, they said I just started like screaming,
What?
and like I had all this mucus coming out of my nose and
What?
shit. And they're like, you like you have the devil coming out of you or something. And it for me, it lasted like, normally they say a DMT trip only lasts like 10, 15 minutes. Well, this trip lasted me like 25, almost 30 minutes.
No way.
And I just remember looking down, like I had kicked, they had a area rug, and I remember I'd like kicked it up.
Like zebra print.
So there was like a hump in it.
Uh-huh.
Well, look, like as the trip started to not be so intense.
Well, you can answer that. Let's answer that. Because we missed his last time.
Sup, fucker? Oh, doing a podcast episode.
What up, Nick? No. We missed you last time. What's going on? We had to delete that episode. We lost all the audio.
Yeah. What the fuck you doing? Yeah. That's tight.
That talking shit. See, that's how it goes.
Ride the hog today or what? You ride that bad bitch today or what?
No, it's like 80-mile-an-hour winds out here today.
Damn it.
Where you at, Nick?
He's in
Texas.
Amarillo, Texas.
How much is gas out there right now?
Like $3.
Yeah.
Can you say it louder into the mic?
Let me check real quick because I'm getting ready to pull to a store.
How much is diesel out there?
I can tell you right now. Hold on a second. Diesel.
Oh, he should know. He just bought a fucking brand new Duramax.
Well, I don't know exactly what the,
But he doesn't drive it enough to even fucking burn a tank of gas. It'll sit parked longer than it'll fucking be driven.
let's
Why
see
ain't you moved
here.
out there with him yet?
No,
Why?
I ain't going to Texas.
Yo,
We had this talk already on the last episode.
Nick. Well, I know we
Yo.
deleted it. Remember? No, I'm gonna move out to Texas. Give me a job out there, dude.
Man, there's a lot of shit to do out here. Like, I got a buddy that owns, I mean, it all depends on what you want to do, right? But, like,
I don't want to do nothing and get paid
Right.
for it.
I'll be able to tell if you give me a second to get to the gas station, I'll be able to exactly tell you. So, right now at the Circle K, regular is $3.29 and diesel is $4.
Oh, it's a little.
That's cash price $4.19, $4.29 on debit card, and then at the Toot and Totem it's $4.19 right now.
Crazy.
The price has gone up.
Oh yeah, it has. Because you told me the other day the gas was just $2.79 a gallon.
Yeah. Yeah, premium is $4 flat. Regular is at $3.19. Plus is 3.364.
I'm gonna make a prediction. In the next 10 years, Texas is gonna be the racing capital of the world because that's where the gas is the cheapest.
Maybe.
Well,
Here we
Let's
pay
see.
$6 a gallon in California.
$17 a gallon for race fuel.
Cheapest.
Yeah. Well, that's race fuel, son.
It doesn't matter. It would be
We
freaking
got a
$10 a
Sunoco here.
gallon.
You can get like E85 race fuel, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, you can get race fuel up there at the what casino is it? Is it Tachi? Yeah, I think up there at the Tachi their gas station there, they got race fuel.
You have have you been to Texas?
Have I been to Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Why won't you go there?
Fuck Texas.
Why, dude?
Because they're not weed friendly.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's why you said.
Because I can go to jail for a joint. I'm good.
You just gotta travel across to New Mexico, dude. It's like an hour away. He can get weed and bring it back. But then you're risking it. You know what I mean?
Oh well, yeah. Fuck. Still stuck in the same boat there, bro. Getting it is not the issue. I can always get it. That's never an issue.
Oh, goddamn, it's cold. Please stay inside. I ain't going inside. Fuck out of here. Oh, man, it's cold. It's like 40 right now. It was 85 yesterday.
Some bipolar ass weather.
That's Texas, bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you. That's everywhere but California.
Well, y'all enjoy. I'm gonna get fuel and everything. I'm gonna get to eat.
All right, old son.
Y'all keep it sleepy.
All right, bro. Be careful.
I love you guys, man. Be good.
Love you too, bro.
All right,
Bye. Oh. Yeah. Little brother.
Yeah, I missed the shit out of my brother. I just realized it the other day. He called me and I felt my mood change. I was like, fuck, that's what's missing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I'm gonna go back there and visit in like a couple weeks. I'm gonna go back there only for like 3-4 days. Only because my parents are getting old and my mom hasn't seen me in like 4 or 5 years.
She's gonna shit, bro. You are so much uglier than you were 5 years ago.
Fuck, I'm telling you what. Well, I video chatted with her.
Oh, okay. Thank
Yeah.
God.
I cracked her screen though.
Do they sound different being out there? Like, do they sound happier?
Well, yeah. I mean, most definitely they like it better where they're at. It's
My brother sounds like he's himself again. Like,
there's more. I guess you could say there is more opportunities out there,
for what?
job wise. I
Mm.
mean, as far as if you want to work in the oil fields, you know what I mean. That's basically what it's going to boil down to. I mean, but what job in the oil field are you going to end up doing is the question, because there's just so many different jobs when it comes to you could you could be on a production rig, you can be on a drilling rig, you could be in construction, you could be a roustabout, you could be a welder's helper, you could be a testing guy, where you're only testing tubing for production rigs all day. You could be safety, which nobody likes safety because safeties are snitches. But there's just so many different fields out there, like in the oil fields that you can do.
Safety or snitch.
Yeah, nobody likes a snitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I got dude.
Fuck safety, work careless.
So I'll tell you this story. I don't work there anymore. Neither does my grandpa. Okay, so my grandpa gets me this job, right?
Uh-huh.
Working for Geo Drilling, an oil mud company.
Uh-huh.
And so we're getting bigger, all that safety stuff starting. There was like dudes blown off of rigs out there, and so everybody wanted safety, blah blah blah. But which is good.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Well, yeah, we all deserve to make it home to our families at night.
But this doesn't make sense. We get this guy, his name's Chuck, some goofball walking around the freaking warehouse in a suit. and we have all these loading docks. Like, we take in pallets of mud all day. So
Uh-huh.
he's like walking through the shop, and I hop off a loading dock, right? He writes me up for doing it. And so I have to go through this little safety course.
What the
They start getting this newsletter every week, and every time they would send us a newsletter, there would be a quiz on it. And one of the questions is, what's your new safety officer's name? And I wrote Chucky Poo. I wrote Chucky Poo because that's what everybody called him.
Oh.
I just wrote Chucky
And
Poo.
he didn't like that.
It wasn't him. The owner of the company comes stomping through the fucking shop one day, and I'm sitting on a forklift, right? And he comes stomping, and it's a long warehouse. You see him coming from way over there, and you can tell how red he is.
His whole demeanor.
And you're just, he's a really good guy. Very, very smart, really good guy. I'm getting scared talking about it, dude, because nobody knows who he's coming from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My grandpa's over here smoking. There's 3 other guys on forklifts. He walks right up to me and just
lays into
bro, what the fuck is this? What are you doing? Who you think you are? And I'm like, what happened? You called him Chuck. I'm like, that's what everybody calls him. Then all of them are like, what the hell? You just snitched us all out. And I'm like, no, what? I thought that's what all you guys wrote on the test. Like, I didn't know. I guess I wrote him out. I thought he would thought it was funny. Everybody thought it was funny. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't mean any disrespect at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then 3 days later, out of habit, he's walking through the shop, and I jump off that freaking loading dock again. Dude.
Rise your ass up again.
No, they sent me home.
Oh, fuck.
I didn't get to work the rest of the week.
Oh.
He ended up getting fired like 2 months later.
What a dick bag.
Yeah, but that was my safety guy story. It is
That's why I say fuck safety, work careless.
it's crazy. I ended up quitting over all that stuff.
I get it. You need to be safe. Everybody needs to make it home to their families at night. But you know what? when companies don't want to pay for all the safety shit, and you've got a foreman and or a supervisor that has gotten jobs done with less safety shit than what we're fucking given, and in much more dangerous situations, yeah, there's all it takes is that one time.
What I would do, I mean, if it was legal, what I think needs teach that safety but let it be known that the company isn't involved if some dude wants to jump off a loading dock. If he wants to choose to be an idiot,
Well, it doesn't matter.
That,
There's still a liability for
I think,
it.
Like forcing people to do unsafe thing, yeah, that's not okay. But like,
we're not forced. Nobody's forced to do anything.
If some guy's like, no, I can get that thing down.
Well, then that. Well, you know what I mean. That's totally different. Other than somebody being like, do this or
yeah, I agree.
You
and
know
that's
what I
I'm
mean?
saying there should be a safe. Like, no, we're not going to force you to do anything. But if you do this,
well, it's just like I say, some of the companies that I've worked for and some of the shit that I've done on jobs, it was an OSHA fucking that OSHA would have had a heyday. As a matter of fact, they had this was like back in 2006 or 2007, and I was doing iron work and demolition work for a company. We were down south in Santa Clarita, and we were putting up some awnings on a new Starbucks that was being built, and in the shopping center that had just been being built. Well, it was me and a welder. Well, we had a great all. We didn't have no man basket or.
So hold on. So you had like a pallet.
We had a pallet on the great all forks
with a welder on it.
With a welder on it.
Oh my god!
We're standing on the motherfucker.
All right, explain a great all. Okay, hold on. I'll do it. A great all is a Lego car. It's just a Lego car with a crane
and some forks.
And some forks off of it. And they use it to...
And it scopes in and out. It scopes in and out.
And sideways and sideways.
And tilts.
Very unpredictable.
Okay. So across the street from where we're working, okay, there's this huge union job. Okay. Well, me and the welder, I got the welder up on the fucking pallet. He's welding out the fucking...
No straps, probably.
No straps, no harness, he just got the stinger in his hand and he's standing on the pallet, bud. You know what I mean? And that was it. The suitcase was down on the ground. You know, everything was fine. Nobody got hurt. But about 2 hours later, here come OSHA. They ended up giving my boss at the time, he got like a $15,000 fine for that day.
They're just over there with
OSHA, you fucking snitches, dude. I swear to God. Like, but, and at that same company, we did some more dumb shit down in Studio City. Like, we constructed this big old huge rectangle box out in this parking lot at this shopping mall in Studio City. And then we had to fly, and this thing was like 28 foot long by 8 feet wide and like 5 feet tall. No, it was all it was like 6-inch square tubing. So then once we put this thing together and the fucking welded it all out in the parking lot, then we had to fly it up with 2 great alls.
That's not the right tool.
No crane.
That's not the right tool.
Okay. And this is like 4 stories up. Okay. And we have to set this thing on a 6-inch ledge triangle there was nothing in the middle. It was just framing. It was a frame that it had to sit on. I was hanging from the forks of these great alls, bro, unhooking straps and hooking straps up and come-alongs while like 50 feet in the air, bro. It's as far out as these booms would go, and I'm hanging upside down from these forks, bro. Like, I'm not tied to anything. I didn't have no harness on. Like, walked many beams, no harness on, no rope, no nothing. Like, and the owner of the company one time, he crawled up a great all, or it wasn't a great all, it was a boom lift.
Those are so scary.
And he crawled up that thing in cowboy boots, bro. Flat ass sole cowboy boots. But then he couldn't get his ass down. And I can't remember how we got his ass down. But yeah, he climbed up that thing, and I'm like, what the fuck? And he was this little short, stubby,
I was
fucking
literally just about to
weeble
say, like,
wobble dude.
the
Like,
scariest thing is being 40 feet up in one of them freaking boomless and like
oh, bro.
catching like some wind or
Uh-huh.
something, dude. And
I
you're
used to
like,
fuck with the guys and kind of rock them a little
I
bit
can't
because
do it.
I did so much work out of one of them things when we were doing demo, bro. Like, I spent a lot of time in them things, bro. I always liked them because I'd go all the way up to as high up as it would go. I'd go up there and take a hit real quick. Take a
You
hit.
just carried that shit in your pocket?
Fuck yeah, I did. I always had a pipe on me, bro.
That's crazy.
I didn't care.
Just loaded or what? Or you
Always.
had to break it apart
No, I it was always loaded,
and you just put it in your pocket?
and I just put it in my pocket.
Holy shit.
I didn't even think about shit like how bad it stunk. You know what I mean?
Why didn't you think about that?
Because I just didn't think about shit like that.
You didn't care or you didn't think?
Both.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I rolled around with a bubbler in my
You care
lunchbox.
more about weed than your jobs.
I didn't. It's not that I care more about it. It's
It means more to you.
it
it's
keeps
awesome.
me from keeps me from beating people up. Okay. And believe it or not, even though I'm already retarded as it is, I'm too scatterbrained. My
Think it helps?
Well, yeah, to a certain extent, but it's not a very big extent. It's very minute. It's not.
You just like it.
It would take a pill
Ugh.
to really.
Screw that.
And
don't.
no, I'm good.
Don't do
So
that.
that's why I just smoke concentrates.
I think you should invest yourself into like a very, very small, like, you're not trying to make money off of this is what I'm trying to get at. Is don't think about the money thing. Think about the art part of it. Because you genuinely love this stuff.
I've already did that, but
Well, this is what I'm saying. Come up with your own little thing where you know it's consistent, it's gonna be the same, and it's gonna do what you want it to
I
do.
can't do that living where I live.
I understand that, but let me finish my damn thought, dickhead. Because then you'll have people who like Mike Tyson. You'll have these high-end clients. You're not selling to make money. You
Those-
don't need to make money. This is your art now. You're selling pictures. You're selling paintings.
Yeah, but with this shit, there's just especially in the weed world. That's
You think it's gone?
that's gone.
Damn.
There ain't nothing I can do that there ain't anybody else out there that hasn't already did it or isn't doing it right now. When it comes to this shit, it's
ruined, huh?
it is, and it got ruined once it got legalized medically.
That's why I'm done with it. Like that's why I'm over it because like
Well, and a lot of the reasons too is the strains that we have, and
they're ruined. They're not the same. You
they
can't
are
get the old
they
stuff.
are ruined. And see, the thing is there used to be a group of guys, which you can look them up. They were called the strain hunters. Okay,
Okay, we can look it up.
and these dudes.
What are you? YouTube?
Yeah, you can find them on YouTube. These guys would go to all these different all these different countries, China, Thailand, Cambodia, Russia, they all over the world,
looking
bro.
for the realest stuff.
Looking for the best strains, the best land races that
Wow,
that
this looks really, really interesting.
yeah, we'll see. Most of these guys here now they're either dead or they're in prison. So that we don't have these kind of guys no more. Okay,
Yeah, it's
these
who you are, you asshole. I keep telling you.
I don't have money to travel the world and
It's
go.
not about money. Like I said, start small and figure your stuff out because your quality, nobody needs that. Nobody wants the like what we want is the best of the best.
There's too many. There's too many haters.
Who gives a shit about haters? I talk about haters all the time about this stuff.
I know that. I
my
totally
best
understand
friends are the
that.
most biggest haters on this damn thing. What are you talking about?
That's funny.
You ain't gonna
shit.
stop me. I'm gonna keep going. I don't give a shit.
Oh yeah, no, totally. I just like I said, there's those guys are pretty much gone. Like there's no more of those kind of guys. I mean, there may be one or two that are trying to do this.
You know what's funny? I was like, who's that guy's dad? That it was your dad. I was just thinking, like, your dad is one of those people. Like, is he not doing that anymore?
He just grew to grow, bro. He wasn't.
But it was you that. So what's the problem? You just don't want to do it?
I can't do it where I live.
No, I know that. I get that. But if somebody wanted to invest in doing that,
There's no money. There's not not enough money. There's no money in it no more. The cost of what it costs to run a grow, which it's not really a whole lot, but it's not feasible to do. It's the price that the flower is going for now, and not only that, but the time and
because it's cheap, because they're so it's like diluted.
well,
so
it's not diluted. It just it's most of it's shit. A lot of people think they can grow weed, but they can't.
Yeah.
Okay. And they end up with garbage ass weed. And that's, I was kind of getting onto this topic before about the difference between the distillate pins and the rosin pins and the rosin, this rosin here and the different kinds of concentrates. It's been ruined. Okay. Once they legalized it medically and then they legalized it recreationally, and that opened up doors for everybody and their mom to think that they can grow weed too. Well, this is what happens. You get people that think they know what they're doing when it comes to crossing different strains together and things like that, and you get people that
once they made it legal, everybody was like, "Oh, let's do
was too
this. Let's do
mainstream.
this. Let's do this."
It blew it out.
And just it all mixed
It
up and just
ruined it.
made like a freaking. And not only that, but like all the additives that they're putting on there in their stuff, like the.
Well, that's just mainly in the pins.
Yeah,
and
well, no,
those
I'm talking about like the stuff, not additives, like the growing whenever you put.
the nutrients.
Yes, there you go. So whenever, but I don't. So you've taught me. Let me just shut up a second. You taught me how. And by the way, do your knuckles say punk rock?
Mm-hmm.
You don't listen to punk rock.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Since when?
All the time.
Who?
Pennywise, NoFX,
Okay.
Screwdriver, fucking smut peddlers. I mean,
Screwdriver. Okay.
I listen to a lot.
Anyways, okay. I was just trying to roast you.
Roast these nuts.
What nuts, bro? You know you're distracted. No, I'm distracted. Fuck.
Dickhead.
I know.
That's what you get.
Well, no,
Trying
that's
to talk
what.
shit.
No, I wasn't talking shit.
Yeah, you were.
Those were your first tattoos, weren't they?
No, they weren't. Fuck, no, they weren't.
Was your
I got
first
these in
tattoo?
fucking Laredo.
Really?
Yeah, but
Damn.
I'm gonna have it covered.
I was talking to my brother, and he's like,
We're gonna cover them.
"I'll do it."
Yeah, I don't know what I want to put yet though.
I
I was thinking about No Future. I think that fits me perfect.
Do them big.
Yeah.
I want to
Something.
get homesick real big across the whole thing.
Homesick for the 90s.
But yeah, that Cosby Show.
Cosby Show.
I was talking to my brother, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm just watching hockey," and then he's like, "Oh yeah, fucking Boston's losing." And he's like, "Yeah," and the NASCAR's just started, and then he hops off his bunk. He's like, "Oh shit, this dude's got his whole back blasted just now, and I didn't even know about it."
I know.
He sounds like he's having so much more fun than I am.
Now that I got my financials back in order again, now I need to go get the rest of this head done.
You're gonna do your whole head?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I can't stop now.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
I want to get mine redone, but like I've had my hand done
I'm scared for the top and the
3
back.
times, dude, and all the colors out of it. Ryan's done it 3 different times, and all the colors gone. The colors just falling out of everything that I have.
Corey redid mine this hand 10 years ago.
No, I've had that done 3 times, dude.
And that was
There
only the
used to be-
second time that it had been done. Since it had been done the first time.
I think it's Look, dude, Corey is a different story, bro. He chisels with a hammer into your skin. Like he
Not no more.
that looks the same as the day he did it.
Oh, I bet it does.
Then my neck looks the same as he did it.
Yeah, it's like my neck. This side that the girl's on. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the girl.
And
my
then look,
grandpa,
then I had
my,
Blink. Then I had Blink do some. And look at
There's Blink right there too.
whatever happened to that dude.
That dude. I don't know. That guy. He's
And that's another thing. Like his shit stayed too because he was so pilled out that it just dug you out.
Oh yeah, he was pilled out when he gave me this one. That's for sure. Yeah, that guy
Still alive?
Yeah, I don't know where he's at.
No.
I haven't talked to him in years, but he's got just like the rest of us. We've got our.
No, I know. He's a homie. Yeah, for sure. I miss him. To be honest, I'd like to see where he's at.
Yeah, like I haven't talked to him in. It's been quite a few years.
Oh, it's been like 20. I was working at freaking
Eagle Eye.
No, I was working at Naked Owls.
Oh,
back
Naked
then.
Owls.
Yeah, I was just piercing back then. Ricky was working there back then. He had the balcony back then.
Fuck. At like 35 or like age 32 plus, he did heroin and he'd ate pills all through high school. Okay, so his liver was already, and on top of drinking. Okay, so the combination of the three, and then he finally got off the heroin and he continued to.
I'm listening.
He was drinking a gallon of Fireball a day. Okay.
That's crazy.
And the doctor told him, "You've got fatty liver disease. You need to change your diet." Well, he didn't want to. He didn't change his diet, bro, and he continued to drink and drink and drink. So by the time he was 38, he had stage 4 liver failure. Okay. And luckily he ended up getting a transplant, but he went so long without a liver that it caused a lot of other health issues for him.
So what I was looking up right now, because Joe chain smoked like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
He just if he was not doing anything, he was smoking. And I don't know. I'm just curious, and so this is when I tapped into ChatGPT. Asked, can it
Be reversed?
No, can chain smoking contribute to cirrhosis?
Oh.
Yes, it can absolutely contribute to cirrhosis, but usually indirectly. Let me explain it. Cirrhosis is severe scarring of the liver over time. Healthy liver tissue gets replaced by scar tissue, and the liver stops working.
Mm-hmm.
Most people associate cirrhosis with alcohol, but smoking can also play a role. Cigarette smokes contains 7,000 chemicals. Many of these have to be processed by the liver, including nicotine, carbon monoxide, heavy metals.
Byproduct. I was just
Go ahead.
carcinogens.
I like when you read either way. You read faster than me.
Increases liver fibrosis. Studies show heavy smoking increases liver fibrosis, scar formation, which can progress into cirrhosis. Smoking increases oxidative stress, reduces liver blood flow, damages liver cells, makes other liver diseases worse. Smoking dramatically worsens other conditions that lead to cirrhosis, like fatty liver disease, which I have. Hepatitis C. Yeah, because hepatitis C attacks your liver.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then alcohol use disorder. When smoking is combined with alcohol or fatty liver, the damage accelerates fast. So that means I'm already fucking myself because I smoke cigarettes too. I smoke cigarettes. I smoke weed.
But you don't drink.
Not no more. I did for a couple years, but
It sounds like it's smoking is more and worse for
it is what it is. Signs cirrhosis might be developing. Watch for symptoms like fatigue, swollen abdomen, fluid buildup, yellow skin or eyes, jaundice, loss of appetite, easy bruising, confusion, or brain fog.
Frog.
Yeah, frog. Poor sleep, no appetite, beer after work, weed. Well, yeah.
It sounds like beer's the least of the problem.
No,
I don't know. It seems like it all comes together, like almost like it's a chemical reaction.
It's all hand in hand. I
Holy
mean,
shit.
It is what it is, bro. Everything we eat now, everything we do, it's got some kind of form of cancer that we can get from it. It's.
My grandpa is about to turn 80K. Meth, coke, he done everything. That dude has been diagnosed with emphysema. He smokes. He doesn't not smoke. Like, he smokes more than he breathes.
Yeah.
He will not be alive if he quits.
Well, no, because his body's not going to know how to react without the nicotine. And that's what's keeping him going. Like, when a person has done something like that for so long, we've talked about this in a past episode. When a person has done something their whole entire life like that, you have fed your body something like that its whole entire life. Do
you think you could stop smoking weed? You couldn't.
Stop smoking weed?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
You think you could do that? You would never be the same.
Yeah, I would.
Really?
I mean,
you'd be a different
I'm probably
person.
still gonna have a bigger dick and even bigger an asshole.
Maybe.
For real.
I get that.
Like,
I'll say it on the air. Like, I am the most antisocial person, and most of the reason that I do drink beers is because it softens me up to be able to talk to people.
And that's why a lot of people drink. But for people like me, I can't drink. I don't like it. I don't have an off button. Once I start, it's on a cracking.
Yeah, I know. Not for me.
And the party's going to get wild.
For me, it's like, I just want to not land this plane so hard on the runway. You know what I mean? I just want to. And that's the thing, too, is like I said before, at the beginning of the episode, like, everything bad, I turn into a joke. If somebody's telling me something serious, I'm like, well, you shouldn't be such a.
Well, and I've always did that too, but my humor's really fucking dark.
Mine too.
So I but like I said, people are too soft these days. People let words affect them. And that's crazy. People let words affect them in ways that it shouldn't affect them. Because the simple fact that it's just words. This isn't something physical, okay? This isn't somebody coming up and sticking a knife in you. This isn't somebody coming up and shooting you and putting a bullet in you, okay, you're not. There's no physical harm or pain, okay. They're literally words.
Your feelings.
Your feelings, okay. And it just, I guess it goes back to self-entitlement also. People think that they're self-entitled to their opinion and their opinion should matter. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's a very hard life lesson that I had to learn. And you have to learn it on your fucking own, okay? As much as you really think your opinion matters in this world, it might matter to a few.
To a few. That's to certain
only
people.
To only a
it
few.
Doesn't. Yeah, your opinion doesn't matter to
your
most
opinion
people.
is not going to matter.
You can't tell your boss how you feel. He don't give a shit.
He don't give a fuck.
He don't give a shit. You can't tell your pastor how he don't care. He's following his desires and his
the sooner
understandings. Your girlfriend don't even give a shit most times.
Nope.
But your homies do. Some
few.
That's what I'm saying. You said you left that open, but there's probably 3 people that I know who give a shit about anything that I have to say.
Okay, and that's why I say that the sooner a person learns and realizes that all this shit you put on social media, that's like all the shit that I post, I know nobody gives a fuck about it. But do I give a fuck? No. Am I really posting it to really try to, because that's what I'm really No. I'm just bored. I got nothing else to fucking do. And I could do something a little bit more constructive and productive with my time. But I don't want to. I'm going to do what I want to do at the time. And,
Davey, the real life troll.
And I used to be, that was one thing I always used to be on Facebook, jumping on everybody's post, talking all kinds of shit, thinking that, which I knew nobody gave a fuck, and what I was saying really didn't fucking matter, and it wasn't going to change nothing. I just wanted to be a dickhead, and I wanted to talk shit. Was there anything bad going on in my life at the time that made me feel like I needed to do that? No. That I didn't like about, that I was feeling some way about myself that I needed to go and, no, there wasn't. There wasn't nothing that I felt that I don't like myself, so I got to go talk shit to other people, try to make other people feel bad. No, it wasn't nothing like that. It was just for entertainment, But even after doing that for so long, the shit gets old, just like anything else. And then you come to realize also that your opinions don't fucking matter.
For some people, I think they kind of do. If somebody was like to tell me, like, yo, that truck sucks, I'd be like, yeah, I know. That's why I'm trying to get rid of it. I'm not a Chevy guy. I'm a Ford guy.
Well, of course, I guess I shouldn't say not everybody's it just depends on what the fucking opinion.
I think it's not your responsibility to worry about who the hell cares or not.
No, it's not.
You need to worry about yourself and be happy, because if you're not happy, then you can't make other people happy. If you're not able to control your own emotions, then how in the hell are you ever going to be there for anybody else? Are you fake texting? Just text the damn message, dude. I don't care.
I'm trying not to lose train of
No,
thought
we're
here.
going to close this out. Thank you guys very much for tuning in again. We always try to end the episode with something positive. So, Davey with some positivity. Davey the positive guy.
I'm going to keep it. I don't know.
What I would say is
always be a leader, never be a follower.
Amen. Later, guys.